You two contributed to some of it now. Let's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm no angel.
but does that? But it didn't bother y'all that. What is that about?
It bothered me because, and it's kind of embarrassing, you know, a lot of the things that I went through with Coach Brown and a lot of off-court incidents because, I mean, I'm a father of 5 kids. And, you know, I got to explain that to them.
You know, my wife made me sit back and think about it one time. When, you know, I got into a whole lot of BS, and she said, look, it's not just affecting you, it's affecting me. It's affecting your boys when they go to school. And that just made you sit back and think like, all right, maybe I got to calm myself down a little bit. And I still get it to this day. You know, when I get a tech or 2 or 3, you know, my son, he tells me, oh, Dad, you got a tech last night, what happened, this and that. And, you know, now he knows the game and understands the game, so I got to watch myself. I got to watch what I do even more now.
What is your biggest worry now?
I have to win a championship. You know, I don't think, you know, a lot of people tell me day in and day out that, you know, if I don't, you know, I still had a great career and I accomplished a lot of things, but, you know, I don't feel that way. You know, I feel like if I don't win a championship, then everything that I've done goes down the drain.
Allen Iverson, you look at the list of the active scoring leaders, and he tops the list at 27.7, just a touch above LeBron James.
That's a lot of buckets.
Yeah, it is a lot of buckets.
That is a lot of buckets.
When you guys look back at your careers, would you like to play with, would you like to be a teammate of Allen Iverson and Rasheed Wallace?
I'd like to play with Allen Iverson. I would. I got great respect for his game. I think it would be difficult, but I think he's never really trusted the players around him. Now, when you're a great player, it's hard. Like, sometimes you can get your shot anytime you want to, but when you're a great player, you have to realize every guy can't get their own shot. So sometimes I would okay, I got to get Mike Jameska's shot. I've got to get Dan Marler's shot. I've got to get Mark West or Seth Sabal's shot. You have to understand, when you're a great scorer, when you're a great player, your job is to make the guys around you better. And I don't think he's such a great scorer. I don't think he's ever trusted the players around him enough.
Well, I mean, for me, obviously, I would have liked to play with both of them. I mean, being a point guard and being a guy who would distribute the basketball and make sure people were in the right place, they would have made it easy for me because they can do so many things. The one thing that I've been fortunate, too, is and Charles talking about a great player and what they do. I've been fortunate enough to play with Jordan in college and Hakeem in a 2-year period where he was the best player on the planet, and there was no one even close. So now, you know, he's 100% right. You have to understand, especially as a point guard, the mentality of a guy who can get his shot every time, because what happens is sometimes when they take a shot when a guy is on him, they say, well, he's not really there. Because he's not bothering the shot. He's just in position to look like he's playing defense. And they honestly believe that. And the second part about it, some of the shots that they take and the defense is forcing them to take, that's the shot that they actually want. Hakeem Olajuwon wants to fade away, going to the baseline, falling out of bounds, and that's the shot the defense wants him to make. So you have to understand that as a teammate, and understand this, the last part, that when you play with a guy who takes most of the shots, that you still can be a team. Most guys can't accept that because there's other responsibilities that don't get the glory.
Let me say this about Rasheed Wallace. I like Rasheed Wallace a lot. I love him and his mom. But for me, first of all, I don't think he's ever reached his potential. Because I've said last year, he could be the best basketball player in the world. But he just got so much other crap going on. He gets into it with the officials. And I actually don't mind guys getting technicals. But, it affects him. And he has never been really consistent night in and night out. I like him a lot, but I think it would have been very, very difficult. We would have had a lot of fights in the locker room. Me and him, because, I'm a yeller and a screamer. If a guy's not playing, I want to beat the hell out of Charles Shackelford and Armin Gilliam every night. It took every single thing in my power, because I don't understand why a guy can't be consistent night in, night out.
The other thing that came to my mind when I was watching that, and, we've poked fun before, and we talk about your rings and stuff, but seriously, when you hear Allen Iverson talk about that window closing and what drives him, Take me back to that point in your career when you saw my opportunities are going to be fewer here to win a championship.
Well, no matter how many years,
like.
but realistically, if you play, I played for 16 years. I probably realistically only had 5 or 6 chances to actually win the championship. I don't know how many years Allen's been in the league. Probably 12 or 13.
Well, 95 debut.
Yeah. So, like, but realistically, he's never really had a chance to win a championship. He got to the finals once, and he was fantastic. But, like, it is a team game. And, like, there's better players than him. Myself, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Elgin Baylor. You know, there's guys in other sports, Gale Sayers, Barry Sanders. Like, it's a team game. And he has to understand he's never been on a team good enough to win a championship. And it has nothing to do with him. He's been a great, great player. He's a future Hall of Famer, but he's never played, to me, if you look at even the year they made it to the finals, I don't think they got beat 4-1, and he dominated that one. But if you look at his teams, he's never played on a good team, in my opinion. He never played on a great team. Yeah. He's been on good teams.
As we head to break, who would win that fight, by the way, if you and Sheed got into it in the locker room?
Me and my Sheed. He's a lover. He's not a fighter.
When we come back, the other side of that Iverson trade, Chauncey Billups and the Nuggets.
So you're not a lover?
Taking their 3-game winning streak into Cleveland.
You're not
date with LeBron.
I'm getting it done quick.
Not a lover.
And we welcome you back to Inside, and we want to wish a happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. Began in November, November 10th of 1775. So celebrating 233 years making Marines and winning battles.
That's awesome.
It is.
You know what? We need to go back down and try that obstacle course.
That's okay. Well, I just live off the memory of going to Paris Island several years ago.
I think I can handle that now.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
The rope couldn't handle it.
Much better shape.
Couldn't even hold the rope.
Oh, my goodness.
That's LeBron James, by the way, as the
Cleveland Cavaliers need to do more of that. Let him finish like that.
Cavs hosting the Nuggets. Chauncey Billups. Man, what a first quarter. 16 points, hit all 4 of his threes, was 6 out of 7, and they led 36-33. But Mo Williams was filling it up, too.
Can't be cheating on that pick.
24 points on the night on 10 of 21 shooting. Wow.
The Chauncey's fitting right in there.
Melo with the swipe. He had 13 and a half.
How many times has someone else, Ernie, we need to get underdog on this, shot over 20 shots on the same team as LeBron? Because most of these guys, I don't think they have the ability to even get up 21 shots.
Oh, Mo Williams does.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's the oddity.
And you saw LeBron,
he ain't bashful.
LeBron locking up Carmelo Anthony in the third quarter, held him to 1 field goal.
And that's the difference with LeBron right there, that mid-range jumper. That's the reason why he had this, before this game, 3 of his 4 games at 41 points.
He had 22 tonight. Daniel Gibson, 15 on 7 of 11 shooting.
You're supposed to be somebody in the lane waiting on you when you get there.
And here's one of Kenny's favorite plays of the night.
Yeah, way to help on the pick.
Wow.
You said the point guards died in the pick. I said the big man never came out and showed.
I know, but I call that
Wallace would have showed right there.
Hey, when a guy.
Ooh, give me that elbow.
This is the Kenyon Martin portion of our program.
Okay, then he gives you another one. And you know what? Joey says, get out of here. That's Joey's favorite line. Get out of here.
You know what? Give Joey credit till he walked away when Kenyon was getting mad.
So Kmart is shown the door in the waning moments of Denver's loss at Cleveland. 110-99 the final. Mo Williams leading Cleveland with 24. LeBron nearly a triple-double. 22, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. Billups, great first quarter and a 26-point night. And after the game, here's Kenyon Martin on the little dust-up.
If that's the first question out your mouth, I'm done. So if you want to talk about the game, we can talk about the game.
Are you saying you're not going to talk about the ejection, or it just can't be the first question?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Well, what you think, Chris?
I thought I just want to clarify.
What you think?
So I'm clarifying, okay.
It's basketball, man. Basketball is a contact sport, man. It's not table tennis, man.